In the sun-scorched, shadow-drenched streets of Los Angeles, where secrets simmer under the surface like a slow-boiling pot, the air is thick with the scent of deceit and intrigue. Into the dimly lit office of private investigator Jake Gittes walks a woman veiled in mystery, introducing herself as Evelyn Mulwray. With the sultry air of a femme fatale and a story that tugs at the hem of curiosity, she claims her husband, Hollis Mulwray, the city's chief engineer of the Water and Power Department, might be entangling his hands in waters muddier than the Los Angeles River. Gittes, whose past is as checkered as the linoleum floor of his office, is no stranger to the foul play that dances in the shadows of power. He takes the case, his keen eyes hidden behind the smoke of his cigarette. Jake follows Murray to a public hearing at the Department of Water and Power.
Los Angeles is a desert community.
In case you've forgotten, gentlemen, over 500 lives were lost when the Vanderlip Dam gave way. I won't build it. It's that simple. I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. Thank you, gentlemen.
You steal water from the valley, ruin the grazing.
Jake's operative informs him that the couple can be found at Echo Park. With a camera that captures more than just images, Gittes tails Mulwray, trailing him from shadowy reservoir meetings to clandestine encounters with a young woman whose innocence is as questionable as the motives of the man she is with. These stolen moments, captured in the stark light of his flashbulb, find their way onto the front page of the morning paper, the ink barely dry as the city wakes to scandal. Back at his office, Gittes is confronted by a woman who informs him she is the real Evelyn Mulwray and that he can expect a lawsuit. Realizing he was set up, Gittes assumes that Mulwray's husband is the real target. Before he can question him, Lieutenant Lou Escobar fishes Mulwray, drowned, from a freshwater reservoir. Under retainer to Mrs. Mulwray, Gittes investigates his suspicions of the unaliving of Mulwray and notices that, although huge quantities of water are released from the reservoir every night, the farming land is almost dry.
Get those goddamn things out of here! Tell me where to take them! You steal water from the valley, ruin the grazing!
However, warnings come heavy and fast. Water Department Security Chief Claude Mulvihill and his goon, menacing in both stature and intent, make it clear that Gittes should look the other way. But turning a blind eye isn't in Gittes' nature, not when the stakes rise with each murky discovery. Chief Claude Mulvihill's henchman slashes Gittes' nose. Back at his office, Gittes receives a call from Ida Sessions, who identifies herself as the imposter Mrs. Mulwray. She is afraid to identify her employer, but tells Gittes to check the day's obituaries. Gittes learns that Mulwray was once the business partner of his wife's wealthy father, Noah Cross. Noah and Mulwray together owned the entire city's water supply back in 1925, but Mulwray felt that the public should own the water, and hence the company was nationalized. Gittes meets the new chief of the water department and accuses him of wasting the city's water supply in the middle of a drought and deleting Mulwray so that he himself could become chief. Gittes threatens to go to the press with the story. The new chief admits that water is being released daily for the orange farmers of the Northwest Valley, but won't tell Gittes exactly which part of the valley is profiting from the largesse, as the valley has no legal right over L.A.'s water supply. Evelyn is shaken when Gittes tells her that he knows Mulwray was in business with Noah. She tells Gittes that she married Mulwray after they ended their partnership, which intrigues Gittes that Evelyn would marry Noah's ex-partner after they had a falling out over business. Over lunch at his personal club, Cross warns Gittes that he does not understand the forces at work and offers to double Gittes' fee to search for Mulwray's missing mistress. At the Hall of Records, Gittes discovers that much of the Northwest Valley has recently changed ownership. Investigating the valley, he is attacked by angry landowners who believe he is an agent of the water department attempting to force them out by sabotaging their water supply.
What you doing out here, mister? Client hired me to see if the water department was irrigating your land.
Irrigate my land? The water department's been sending you people out here to blow my water tanks. They put poison down 3 of my wells. I call that a funny way to irrigate.
Geddes deduces that the water department is drying up select areas of the Northwest Valley land so it can be bought at a reduced price, and that Mulwray was deleted when he discovered the plan. He discovers that a former retirement home resident is one of the valley's new landowners and seemingly purchased the property a week after his death. Geddes and Evelyn bluff their way into the home and confirm that the real estate deals were surreptitiously completed in the names of several of the home's residents. Their visit is interrupted by the suspicious retirement home director, who is called Mulwray. Geddes' sucker punches the goon, and he and Evelyn narrowly escape into the night. After fleeing Mulwray and his thugs, Geddes and Evelyn hide at Evelyn's house and sleep together. Early in the morning, Evelyn gets a phone call and has to leave suddenly. She warns Geddes that her father is dangerous. Geddes follows her car to a house, where he spies her through the windows, comforting Mulwray's mistress. He accuses Evelyn of holding the woman against her will, but she confesses that the woman is her sister. The next day, an anonymous call draws Geddes to Ida Sessions's apartment. He finds Ida the imposter, Mrs. Mulwray, deleted and lying on her apartment floor. Escobar lays in wait for Geddes' arrival. Escobar tells him the coroner's report found salt water in Mulwray's lungs, indicating that he did not drown in the freshwater reservoir where his body was found. Escobar suspects Evelyn of unaliving her husband, Mr. Mulwray, and tells Geddes to produce her quickly. At Evelyn's mansion, Geddes finds her servants packing her things. He realizes her garden pond is salt water and discovers a pair of bifocals in it. He confronts Evelyn about her sister, whom Evelyn now claims is her daughter.
She's my daughter.
After Geddes slaps her,
My sister, my daughter! She's my sister and my daughter!
she admits that the woman, Catherine, is her sister and her daughter. Her father, S., ate her when she was 15, resulting in the birth of her daughter, Catherine, until now was thought to be Mulwray's mistress. And she reveals that the eyeglasses couldn't be Mulwray's, as he did not wear bifocals. Stunned, and his awakening to the dangerous conspiracy he's uncovered, Geddes shifts gears and wants to protect Evelyn and her daughter. He arranges for the women to flee to Mexico and instructs Evelyn to meet him at her butler's home in Chinatown. He summons Cross to the Mulwray home to settle their deal. Cross admits his intention to annex the Northwest Valley into the city of Los Angeles, then irrigate and develop it. Geddes accuses Cross of deleting Mulwray in Evelyn's saltwater pond and then dropping his bifocals there in the scuffle. Cross takes the bifocals at gunpoint, and he and Mulwray force Geddes to drive them to the women. When they reach the Chinatown address, the police are already there and detain Geddes. When Cross approaches Catherine,
Evelyn, put that gun away! Let the police handle this!
He owns the police! Get away!
Evelyn shoots him in the arm and drives away with Catherine. The police open fire, deleting Evelyn. Cross clutches Catherine and leads her away,
Take him home.
while Escobar orders Geddes released.
Just get him the hell out of here!
Lawrence Walsh, one of Geddes' associates, tells him,
Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.